Wow, I can't believe that people still believe in the myth of meritocracy and the American dream and pulling yourself up by the bootstraps in 2026. Well, do you know what capitalism is? It's the exchange of goods and services, and it's like free markets, and it's basically just like Darwin said, like it's how the world works. It's survival of the fittest. Well, Herbert Spencer actually coined the phrase survival of the fittest, and Darwin used that for the natural selection thing. But part of what Darwin was talking about was survival of the fittest within a specific environment. So if the context is capitalism, it's whoever does capitalism the best. And exchange very much predates capitalism by thousands of years. Wait, what? Yeah, like there was bartering and mutual aid and gift economies. Most indigenous places all over the planet actually worked like that before capitalism was installed. Wait, then what is capitalism? Capitalism is when a couple people own the things that everyone else needs to survive, and then everyone else has to work and like sell their labor endlessly to be able to survive. It's got nothing to do with like what is being produced or offered or developed or anything like that. It's really just about how the profits are shared. So it's like rich versus poor. Sort of. It sort of manifests in that way, but also it's like who has to work and who just gets to own things that other people work and build their wealth for them. Well, how do people become billionaires? I don't know them, and I'm not a mental health professional, but it kind of seems like across the board there's some signs of narcissistic personality disorder and excessive wealth disorder. And while excessive wealth disorder is not an official diagnosis, because there would never be any amount of research money allocated to funding that because the billionaires would not like it, but it's essentially a form of hoarding that is driven by a deep fear of loss and low self-worth and a need to control. Wait, but I thought hoarding was like a disability and like typically associated with like people who come from poverty. Yeah, that's the irony. Capitalism actually fucks everyone up. Then why are we still doing it? We've been critiquing capitalism and colonialism, which are inextricably intertwined, for centuries. Then what's the problem? Well, the US education system doesn't want us to know what capitalism is. And there's actually a lot of pro-capitalist propaganda in the education system and media and everywhere. I just find it like really hard to imagine anything else. Yeah, Mark Fisher, this educator at the time, he wrote that capitalism has colonized the dreaming life of the population and that it's really hard to imagine anything else because of how ingrained capitalism is. It's basically the water that we're in. Oh, he sounds great. I'd like to meet this guy. Yeah, well, he actually unalived himself because, yeah, capitalism is a life or death situation. Okay, well, that was really helpful, but like I still need to make money. Yeah, me too. That's the best part.